Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And it is indeed a great afternoon, right? This weather is incredible, incredible. And we're so thankful that we did get great weather. My name is G. Rodney Owens, and I will be your master of ceremony for the day. But before we get started, we have a special guest who surprised us with his presence. So we're going to ask the Honorable Mayor Ras Baraka to come up and welcome you all to the city of Newark.
Good afternoon. It is a beautiful day. I just want to thank God first for such a beautiful day on A. Philip Randolph's birthday, that's for sure. I think it is fitting that we're out here today. Welcome everybody to this beautiful plaza. There's a few people that I see. I shouldn't start this, but Councilman Crump that I saw here earlier. I seen Councilwoman Roundtree here as well. The ex-county prosecutor Tom Giblin here as well. Patricia Campos, Larry Ham in the building as well. A few folks. I want to acknowledge our police department that is here with us. Everybody that's out here, if I forgot you, charge it to my head, not my heart. I do want to say, as you can see all of the things that are happening in our city, the investment, the federal and state investment in Penn Station, the changing of Gateway, the billions of dollars of construction that's going on in the downtown area. None of this is possible without labor. None of this can happen without labor unions and workers. And A. Philip Randolph probably epitomizes what labor is for us, especially black and brown people in this country. And I just want to thank Jerry more than anybody. Where is he? There you go. Who stayed on this thing like no other. Every time I saw him anywhere, he mentioned the A. Philip Randolph statue over and over and over again. Brother, we got to make this happen. And I know he's just ecstatic that this is happening. Obviously, his partner Herbert here as well, making this possible. Shout out to all the labor unions and labor leaders that are here today. And shout out to A. Philip Randolph, who is here with us in spirit, and the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters and Maids. One of the first African-American labor unions this country has seen because we were not allowed in labor unions. As a matter of fact, there were a lot of doctors and lawyers and accountants that worked as porters on those trains because they couldn't get employed as doctors, lawyers, and accountants. So some of the most prestigious jobs that we had in our community was working on the trains, right, being porters and maids. So thank God for A. Philip Randolph and thank God for labor. We fought, and now most of labor is integrated the way it should be in this country because of people like A. Philip Randolph. Y'all have an incredible day. Thank Jerry and Herbert once again. Thank all our labor leaders as well. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate you being here, taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Next to the mic, I'd like to invite Reverend Dr. David Jefferson Jr. to start off with a prayer for us.
Come on, let's give God the praise and put our hands together for this wonderful day. You can do better than that. It's a celebration. Come on, you can do better than that. The mayor just kicked us off. We're in a great city. The sun is shining. Turn to your neighbor and say hello. It's good to see you. Yeah. I'm going to take y'all to church real quick. What a mighty God we serve. I am Reverend Dr. David Jefferson Jr. I'm standing here in such honor, and I stand in the presence of my father, Pastor Dr. David Jefferson Sr., Esquire. Recently, his brother passed away. He cannot be here today. He sends his regards and his prayers for our proud church member, Jerry Owens. Let's put our hands together for him. And so it is now that I ask that you would humble yourself with bowing your head as we go to God in prayer to honor this day. Dear God, we come today, Divine Creator, first to say thank you. You woke us up this morning, thank you. You started us on our way, we say thank you. We thank you for being here at this divine moment to unveil a blessed statue that represents the legacy and lineage of our people. It is now, dear God, that we understand our ancestors are leaning over the balcony of heaven. And it is here that they are giving praise because of the work of those who sit on this side of the Jordan, who took it upon themselves to gather together to ensure that the life and legacy of A. Philip Randolph would stand forevermore in the presence of our beautiful city, Newark, New Jersey. Because of that, God, we are ever so grateful for this day, being mindful of those who have come before us, those whose lives have stood in the balance, ensuring that a day like this would come, that we would pause and reflect on the legacy and lineage of a man who stood to ensure that all would have equal and equitable rights to serve and work and be respected in their occupation. Oh, we thank you today that this wonderful team came together, even in the midst of adversity, to ensure that the job would get done, that there would be a statue etched in our history that could stand forevermore to be a representation of the great work of our people. We give you the praise right now. And we're not ashamed to say thank you. Even if I have one person to say thank you, we give you the praise. If I got two people, we're doing better, God, because we know moments like this go far and few and in between. But we do so honoring you. We put no statue in any ground not acknowledging what you did in A. Philip Randolph's life. We thank you that he stood with the likes of a Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, a man who had the same goals and values to ensure that our people would succeed. So on today, as we stand, on today, as we lift the covering off of the veil of the statue, on today, as the street gets renamed, on today, when we leave from this place, we will let someone know that there is a statue that represents you and represents me, and the name is A. Philip Randolph. We give you the praise right now. Let everyone who loves the Lord, everyone who has a reason to say thank you, say amen, amen, amen.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Reverend Dr. Jefferson. If you all don't mind, if you can, please stand so we can pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Moving on, before we get into our guest speakers and our keynote speakers, we just wanted to do some acknowledgments and thank yous because we couldn't have gotten here today without people in our corner and helping us. So first and foremost, we'd like to recognize New Jersey Transit. They were the best partners you could absolutely ask for. They donated the land, they helped with the granite, they did so much to make this day a reality. So Dawn Spango, where's Dawn? Dawn, wave to the folks. Where are you? There she is in the back. She answered all my emails, my phone calls. She was just a trooper, and we thank you, Dawn. Miss Carolyn Mack, right here to my right, trying to hide behind the flag. She's tough. She's tough. Trust me, you want her in your corner when you do an event like this. Jim Smith. Is Jim here, Carolyn? Is Jim? Hey, Jim. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. He's the communications director. He facilitated all our communications with the media that you see here. He made that possible. Jordan, get from behind that flag, Jordan. We see you. Jordan Boone. Barbara Lazaro. There she is in the back, standing next to Dawn. Thank you, Barbara. Drew Keelan. Where's Drew? Hiding in the back. Hey, Drew. Thank you, man. Jamie Robinson. Where's Jamie? Jamie here? Come out so we can see you. Where are you? There you go. I see you. Thanks, Jamie. And last but not least, Lauren Driscoll. Where's Lauren? Miss Lauren? There she is, front and center. Thank you, Lauren. 1 second. Bear with me 1 second, 1 second. I'm sorry, give us 1 second. Yep, thank you. So, this next person I'm about to introduce you to is a godsend, for lack of a better word. She has stood by us since the beginning. She's been my dad's confidant, talked him off the ledge so many times as we moved through the years with this project. We absolutely could not have done this without this person. And I know she doesn't know who I'm talking about, but she's about to find out. But we love her dearly. We thank her for all she's done. And we absolutely could not have done this without our dear friend, who we love tremendously, Miss Kathy Willis. Stand up, Miss Willis. Stand up, Miss Kathy. We love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for your efforts in making this day a reality. We could not have done it without you. We'd like to also thank PSC&G for their generous contribution. I don't know if they have a representative here today, but if not, we just wanted to acknowledge them and say thank you. We'd also like to mention the Honorable Senator Richard Cody. He couldn't make it today, but Senator Cody was instrumental in helping us secure a $90,000 grant from the state of New Jersey that went to make this day a reality and went to the statue. So we thank Senator Cody for his efforts. We also would like to thank Onyx Equities and the Gateway. They donated this space across the street, which was, they're live streaming the event over there. So if any of you want to go over there, there's seating, there's refreshments, but we thank the Gateway, Jennifer Quespi. If Jennifer, are you here? Roseanne Smith and Naomi Padilla, they helped us to secure that space. And so there is space over there for anyone who needs to sit. There's refreshments over there, and there's a live stream over there if you choose to join us. We'd also like to thank the International Longshoremen's Association and our international president, Harold Daggett. The ILA, I can't say enough about how generous they were towards the project effort, towards the statue effort, and our president couldn't be here with us today, but he sends his greetings, and we want to just recognize the ILA and say thank you, thank you, thank you for all you've done. We'd also like to recognize all the trade unions and all the affiliate locals that contributed and were generous in their donations to the project. We'd also like to thank Local 1199J and Mr. Craig Ford. Craig, are you out here? There he is in the back. Thank you so much for being a part of this project, for being a part of this day. I might as well let you know now, Craig is with 1199J. If you look across the street, their building is across the street, their headquarters is there. After the unveiling, we will be holding a reception across the street that all invited guests are welcome to come to. So we hope to see you all across the street. We have food, we have refreshments. It's going to be a good time, so you can let your hair down and enjoy the day. But Craig, thank you. We also would like to recognize the APRI International Headquarters, Ms. Cleola Brown and her staff, who drove all the way here from Washington, D.C. this morning. Where's Cleola's folks? Stand up, please. They drove all the way here from Washington, D.C. this morning to be here with us, and we thank you. We're glad you made it here safely, and we appreciate your efforts. Wow, this one's a heavy one, but we truly would not. Ladies Senator Ron Rice. He was with us from the very beginning. He introduced us to New Jersey Transit in the very beginning. We wouldn't be here without his efforts. So thank you, Ron. Thank you, Senator Rice, for all you did. In addition to that, Brother Larry Ham from POP, where you at, Larry? I saw you. Larry was instrumental in the early days of the project, helping us out with New Jersey Transit, getting us in the door, and helping them to realize how important this statue meant to the community. We have some special guests here with us today. I think they're in the back. Some folks from Central High School. They brought down a busload of students to be a part of this day, 15 or so students. So we welcome them. We thank you all for being here. We want you to know how important it is that you're here to witness this day, and we hope that you take this lesson back and share it with your schoolmates and your classmates and really become aware of who A. Philip Randolph was. So thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. And last but not least, we want to thank all of you, the community at large, for all your help, for all your support, for all your generous donations towards the statue project. We truly, truly, truly would not be here had it not been for your generous donations to make this day a reality. So thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank each and every one of you for what you've done. Sorry about that. All right. So now we will move on to our keynote speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. Evan Weiss. Evan Weiss is the president and CEO of the Newark Alliance. He assumed the role in December of 2021. The Newark Alliance, through the combined strength and collaboration of its members, drives inclusive economic growth for all of Newark, New Jersey. In addition to his role as a member of the Board of Directors of New Jersey Transit, he is a member of the Board of New Jersey Community Capital, the largest community development financial institution in New Jersey, and the Newark Workforce Development Board. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Evan Weiss.
It's really an honor to be here today. I'm a numbers guy at heart, and I know I have to speak quickly, and I want to try to put something together for you just to try to grasp the magnitude of this project as a whole and some specifics. This is a $200 million investment in Newark Penn Station. That's a big number. That's a historic number. And it's something that so many of you helped make possible, mostly New Jersey Transit's 11,000 employees and the hard-working people in labor who are going to be doing that work. But there's one project that stands out as an addition and one project that stands out as a subtraction. So I said as a numbers person, we're going to stick with arithmetic. So the subtraction I'll talk about first, which was a Dunkin' Donuts. So there was a Dunkin' Donuts, and there still is, just in a different part of Newark Penn Station, right past those Art Deco doors there. And that is one of the architectural treasures of New Jersey and of Newark. And no shame on Dunkin' Donuts, but it was right in the middle of the architectural treasure. So when this project got started, we wanted something to help people understand what it meant. And so moving that Dunkin' Donuts just a few steps further into the station, showing us that beautiful atrium, all the incredible artwork, the touches, the flourish, and to give people the feeling that they should have when they set foot in New Jersey's greatest city coming off of the trains here. So that's subtraction. But the addition is obvious. It's behind me right now. It's the statue that we're here to dedicate today. Again, this is a $200 million project, and this is an expensive statue, but it's just a small piece of that budget. But what I like to think about is just how this one piece of the project generates so much of the meaning of this work. A. Philip Randolph's legacy is one that I did not learn enough about until later in life. I'd imagine too many kids don't either. The idea that people, thousands of people, are going to be walking across this platform every day and have a chance to see this man and to ask a question. Who was he? What did he do? What was his legacy? In one of the biggest fights of the 20th century, the labor movement and integrating the labor movement and integrating America. It's just hard to think of a better honoree for this incredible plaza and work. So thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. And it's, again, just an honor to welcome you all here and just to be a small part of it. Thank you.
So, of course, nothing's ever perfect. And I know Truly, I'm not perfect, so I skipped a little part that we're going to rewind. So, good afternoon. My name is Rodney Owens, and I'll be your master of ceremony. I've been a member of the International Longshoremen's Association, Local 1, Clerks and Checkers for the past 21 years, and I'm a proud member of the Essex County, New Jersey chapter of the A. Philip Randolph Institute and a graduate of Florida A&M University. Enough about me. Why are we here today? We are here to honor the legacy of A. Philip Randolph, a labor leader and civil rights activist who founded the nation's first major African-American labor union, the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, in 1925. Now, for those of you who don't know, the porters were railway employees who attended to passengers' needs aboard sleeping cars throughout a train trip. This included carrying luggage, pressing clothes, shining shoes, and serving food and beverages, along with many other services. Mr. Randolph, along with Bayard Rustin, were the chief organizers of the historic 1963 March on Washington, D.C., where Dr. Martin Luther King gave his famous I Have a Dream speech. About six years ago, my father, Jerry Owens, who is president of the Essex County chapter of the A. Philip Randolph Institute, and who you'll hear from shortly, had a vision. He wanted to build a statue of A. Philip Randolph, a man who he deeply admires. We started our efforts in 2019 in partnership with the Union County chapter and President Herbert Hall Sr. Because of COVID-19 pandemic, we were forced to put the project on hold for a couple years. Fast forward to today, April 15th, 2024, the 135th anniversary of Mr. Randolph's birthday. And here we are to witness his vision become a reality. So the next two people I want to introduce you to are Jerry Owens and Herbie Hall Sr. Jerry, as he is affectionately known, was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. He began his career as a longshoreman in 1958. Motivated by his late father, Leroy Owens, who was a foreman at the port, he went on to have a distinguished career. He served 7 years as president of ILA Local 1233 here in Newark. He also served as Atlantic Coast District Vice President and ILA International Vice President. In July of 2000, he made history when he became the first African American to serve as general organizer of the International Longshoremen's Association. After 57 years of dedicated service, he retired from the ILA in 2015. Now look, I could really go on about this guy, but for sake of time, I'm not. But I will say, I'm so very proud of him and his accomplishments. And it is an honor to follow in his footsteps. I love you, man. Herbie Hall Sr., what can I say? My man. Mr. Hall is the president of the Union County chapter of the A. Philip Randolph Institute. He began his career in 1979. He currently serves as the business agent for ILA Local 1233 here in Newark, a position he has held for 13 years. He also, 31 years, sorry. I can't read, I'm dyslexic, baby. For 31 years. He also serves as an ILA International Vice President. He has served the ILA and the community at large faithfully for over 45 years. It's an honor to call him a friend and a mentor. Please welcome Jerry Owens and Herbie Hall Sr. to welcome you to today.
First, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. What a beautiful day we have today. He has smiled down on us with the weather, not only the fulfillment of this dream that Mr. Owens started and brought me into back in the late 90s when he brought me into APRI and we started the Union County chapter, you know what I mean? While a lot of times you see me and him up here standing doing certain things, we're just the front. We have a lot of our members, and I would like to acknowledge them if they're seated, to stand up. If they're not seated, to raise your hand. For Essex and Union County APRI members that are here today, would you please acknowledge it? This is the culmination of these two chapters, a labor of love that we've done over these years. We thought we might have been finished, but it wasn't for the pandemic that took a couple years away from us, but God is good. We're here now. So I'm not going to be long today. I'm going to let Mr. Owens speak, but we thank all of you who have participated, who've supported, who've donated. You know what I mean? Again, I'd like to give a shout out to my international local who's been very supportive of us all these years and continue to be that. So again, welcome. Thank you very much. We love you.
Thank you. It took a long time to do this. I put my whole heart in it for many years. And I'm proud to be able to say that, not because it's me. I'm proud to be able to say because you'll see that statue over here. The kids that haven't grown up yet, you're going to see them. Going to say, who is that? And they're going to tell them that's Asa Philip Randolph. And I've been all these years to try to make this happen, and it happened. I don't know where to start thanking you at, because all of you have been important to me in making this happen. One of the things that went along with it that we wasn't expected was that the city of Newark is now going to have Asa Philip Randolph's name up on they're going to have his name. His street's going to be named after him. So I don't want to hold up this program. I just want to say thank you so much. I fought for it hard in tough places and did whatever I had to do. But I must say one thing about how I got here, and that's through people like this guy sitting here, Stevie Knott. He was a kid when he met me. I don't know how many years we got together, but all the years I put in the port and was able to do other things with the unions and try to keep the unionism a powerful thing, and they will be, because people like you will make sure that we continue to do things that support little kids, black kids, white kids. I don't care what color they are, but kids should learn, they should be taught their history. And that's where it started with me, is that we got to teach our people, they got to be taught the history of this country and how it is and what it stands for. This is America, and we got to stick with that. I'm not gonna be long. I'm ready to give it up now because I had my speech here. Now I can't find it, which is good. So I say that to you. Thanks you so much for being here today. It means everything to me. It means everything to the kids that are being born right now somewhere up in one of these hospitals. That's just going to mean something to them too. So enjoy yourself. Sticks together. All of us got to stick together. Everybody got to stick together to keep us happy, keep us healthy. We don't want Russian planes coming up in this bad boy. Come on. All right. So in saying that, Rodney, my son, I'm so proud of him. He's done a good job, and you're back in charge. I'm finished. I can't do my whole speech. I'm not on one speech. I did the work to make this happen. That's all.
This is a speech, just in case you're wondering. Our next guest really needs no introduction. He's a political legend and a highly respected Democratic lawmaker. He served for nearly 18 years in the New Jersey Assembly, where he represented the 34th Legislative District. Mr. Tom Giblin has dedicated his life to the service of others, and we are honored to have him here with us today. He currently serves as the business manager of Operating Engineers Local 68 and president of the Essex West Hudson Labor Council. Tom has supported our efforts since the very beginning, and he was instrumental in helping us achieve this goal. Please welcome our dear friend, Mr. Tom Giblin.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We're here today for the unveiling of the statue for A. Philip Randolph, such an icon in our country and most especially in the labor movement. But at the outset, I know he said a few words, but the inspiration behind this whole effort, no two ways about it, has been our dear friend Jerry Owens, an ILA man for probably 6 decades or more. So let's recognize Jerry Owens. We can do better than that. He deserves better than that. To the NJ Transit Board, Director Corbett, the board of NJ Transit, Dawn Spango, and all the other folks connected with the New Jersey Transit Board, all of their work paid off in dividends, and you see how much it's appreciated by the attendees here today. Also, we know he needs acknowledgement. Senator, Governor Dick Cody, and other members of the legislature that paved the way with that substantial contribution toward the cost of this statue. They deserve recognition. I've been in the labor movement since I'm a kid. Right, Jerry? It's quite a long time. The operating engineers was not my first labor union. I was in the amalgamated meat cutters, local 464A, when I was in grammar school, and that gave me the springboard to move on to have a career that in August I'll have 60 years of membership in Local 68. So that's a couple summers, I guess. But seriously, I think about today, and there's 2 things that come to mind. One, about the citizens who will pass by and look at the statue of A. Philip Randolph, and if they don't know anything about him, hopefully they'll get to know more about him. Today's his 135th birthday, born on April 15, 1889. But I'm thinking about the citizens in our midst, especially those of African American heritage. I found over the years, especially as we've grown in Local 68 and developed more members, that our most loyal members are those of African American heritage. And you might say, well, why? I think nothing against any other ethnic group, but I think people, African Americans, appreciate what the Union has meant to them and to upgrade their standard and their way of life and help them with raising a family or being good fathers or mothers or trying to be valued and productive members of the community. So that's one thing as far as inspiration is concerned. The second thing is, when you look back, especially to the history of Newark, and I can take you back off the top of my head probably to the late 20s and go through succeeding decades and recite to you people who have been mayors of Newark, people who have been presidents of the Board of Education, people who have served in elected capacity, whether in the legislature or as council members, who've had a background in the labor movement. Our work is not done in that area. We need more people to get involved. We love the city of Newark. We want to see Newark succeed and thrive. And it can't be on automatic pilot. It needs everybody who's out there, those who live in Newark, those who call Newark their home through their roots. We need people to really get energized and take a full-scale commitment about making it the all-American city that it can be and will continue to be. So, in conclusion, this is a great day. Jerry Owens was the man with the mission. People might have said, okay, Jerry, yeah, sure. But he was persistent, and I know that a motivator for Jerry that really helped him along considerably was my great friend, Catherine Willis. But it was a good team that made it all happen, and all of us are beneficiaries of their substantial work. God bless you and keep you, Jerry. And to A. Philip Randolph, thank you for your leadership. You're an inspiration to all of us.
Give a round of applause for Mr. Giblin. That it's not often you get to be in the presence of a living legend. He's a New Jersey State living legend. Tom, we thank you for being here. This next person, I don't even know where to begin. Just an all-around classy guy and a true gentleman. Our next guest is Mr. Stevie Knott. Stevie Knott serves as the Secretary-Treasurer of the International Longshoremen's Association, a position he was first elected to in 2015 and was twice re-elected in 2019 and in 2023. Stevie Knott has held senior international executive leader positions for more than a decade and is a veteran over a half of a century with the International Longshoremen's Association. Prior to his election as International Secretary-Treasurer, Mr. Knott served as International General Vice President and President of the Atlantic Coast District of the International Longshoremen's Association. Mr. Knott also served for 16 years as President of ILA Local 1 Clerks and Checkers in the Port of New York in New Jersey. My local, the best local. Stevie is indeed one of the classiest people I know and a true gentleman. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Stevie Knott.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. It's a distinct honor on my part as Secretary-Treasurer of the ILA to be here today. It's extremely happy for me because I was born and raised in this area, right here in the Iron Bound. Lived here my whole life. It was a great place to grow up. Sisters and brothers, union members, my fellow ILE colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a proud day for our entire labor movement. I'm not as tall as you guys. Today is a proud day for our entire labor movement in the United States as we honor one of our legendary heroes, A. Philip Randolph, with a statue here at Newark Penn Station. For my union, the ILA, our presence here today and our involvement in the creation, the fundraising, and the unveiling of A. Philip Randolph statue continues a long and rich history of our partnership with A. Philip Randolph Institute. From A. Philip Randolph himself to Norman Hill and your current leader, Cleola Brown, who is a dear friend. The ILA has been proud supporters of the good works of your organization. And if a union is lucky, it will feature a leader who brings the same qualities of leadership and dignity that we have trademarks of A. Philip Randolph. For the ILA, that man is my dear friend, Jerry Owens. It was Jerry who came to me and other ILA executive officers several years ago and said he was part of a project to raise funds to erect a statue outside Newark Penn Station in honor of A. Philip Randolph. When you've worked with Jerry as long as I have, well over half a century, you come to realize he is a visionary who knew the future generations of workers in America needed a symbol to remember the courageous life and accomplishments of this champion of organized labor and civil rights. That's what this statue represents. As the leader of Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, how appropriate that an A. Philip Randolph statue will occupy this space outside of one of the busiest nation's train stations. Jerry, it's been my honor to know your father, now you, and your son Rodney, who's a member of my local. This statue is as much a tribute to you as I am sure that is an entire labor movement in America. I am proud to bring fraternal greetings of our ILA's 80,000 members, and again, express to all of you how proud we are to participate and support this well-deserved tribute to A. Philip Randolph. Jerry, Harold's negotiating our master contract. He was not able to be here, so I got chose. But again, being as me and you have been friends all my life, I don't remember not knowing you and your father and Rodney. It's a pleasure to be here. God bless you all. Stay well. Take care.
Thank you, Stevie. Real quick, we just like to acknowledge that we received a proclamation from our dear governor, Phil Murphy. So we're not going to read it, but we did receive it. It's here. It will go in a frame, and we'll place it somewhere appropriate. So thank you to the governor's office and Mr. Feliciano for making it happen. We appreciate you. Thank you. He's in the back. He didn't want to come up, but we appreciate you. Thank you. Getting a little windy. I don't want to lose my papers, and I'm jammed up there. Our next speaker really needs no introduction. His name is Sterling Brown. A native of East Orange, New Jersey. Sterling is one of the most prolific artists and sculptors of his generation. His artistic creations are a must-have for fine art collectors. His commissioned sculptures include a life-size bust of naval hero Carl Brashear, the first African-American naval diver, a 5'11" statue of the Black Virgin Mary, which resides at the Catholic Archdiocese of Newark, and a 9/11 tribute statue of fallen NYC firefighters. He has also designed balloons for the infamous, iconic Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. His murals include the Black Lives Matter murals on Main Street in Orange, New Jersey, and in Irvington Plaza in Irvington, New Jersey, in front of City Hall. Sterling is also a prolific poster artist. We are truly, truly honored to have commissioned Sterling to create this amazing sculpture of Asa Philip Randolph that you're about to see. Please welcome artist extraordinaire, Mr. Sterling Brown.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, sorry. Working on this a little late. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to say happy birthday to A. Philip Randolph. You know, I like to thank some folks first. I like to first thank Jerry Owens. Oh, Jerry, This has been, what, 5 years? Like 5 years? You know, I remember Jerry visiting the studio while I was working on the statue. And he called me. He says, how far are you? I said, pretty far. He said, me and Kathy going to come and take a look at it. So Jerry gets to the studio. There's no statue. He's looking around. And he sees a maquette, because most times there's a maquette done before there's a larger statue. So I said, Jerry, this is it. So he looks at Kathy. He said, what do you mean this is it? I said, this is the maquette. Then I got to start on the other one. He said, okay. So next time Jerry comes to the studio, there's a styrofoam, because there's kind of styrofoam under the processes. There's styrofoam under the clay, so it makes it a little light to travel. So there's a styrofoam man standing there. So Jerry looks at Kathy again. He said, where's the statue? He says, that's it. Got to put the clay on it. So Jerry says, okay. But I saw it in his eyes. He gave this look like. So make a long story short, when I was done with the statue, Jerry and Kathy came by, and he was very happy with it. And the next things I got to say is to Kathy Willis. Kathy, she's the angel through this whole thing. Every time there was a problem or something, you know, Kathy made cooler heads prevail. I want to say thank you, Kathy. And the other person is Pat Burrows. It's Pat right here. When there was anything with the money and the numbers, Pat kept us all straight and Pat said, no, this was supposed to be for this, and this is supposed to be for that. So I thank you for that. I want to thank New Jersey Transit as well. Dawn Spengel was Dawn. Dawn, thank you. You helped me through this. This was a long process, and thank you for your patience through this whole thing. Next, I just want to say I have a speech, but I figure we'd just unveil it. I want to also thank the engravers. Their engraving bench, and they're right on Raymond Boulevard. Also want to thank the model for this piece. He's Sergeant James Harris. He's kind of deployed overseas right now. He's a police officer for Orange. I give him a round of applause. There's crazy things that's going on in the world right now. And I want to thank him. He couldn't be here, but I'm sure he's here in spirit. So without further ado, I want to just unveil the statue, and I hope everyone enjoy it.
Can I introduce Cleola? Can I introduce Cleola Brown?
Cleola Brown. Who's Cleola Brown?
She's the president of the chapter.
Cleola Brown. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about we have also got Cleola Brown.
I got it.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry. That's okay. He let the cat out of the bag. She was my closer, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, our next speaker is none other than Miss Cleola Brown. Wait, hold it. I gotta say some stuff first about you. You can't just jump up here. Mrs. Brown, a lifelong labor unionist and civil rights activist, has served as the national president of the A. Philip Randolph Institute since 2004 and is the first woman to serve in this role. Mrs. Brown's commitment to labor activism began in her hometown of Charleston, South Carolina, where she, alongside her activist mother, campaigned to organize the Manhattan Shirt Factory. She currently serves as International Vice President, Workers United, SEIU, and Senior Advisor for Strategic Partnership and Racial Justice, AFL-CIO, and the AFL-CIO Director of Civil, Human, and Women's Rights, where she is tasked with guiding the Federation in its fight against America's legacy of systematic racism, exclusion, and injustice. The labor movement is truly stronger because of her decades of activism and committed leadership. Mrs. Brown is also a graduate of Florida A&M University. I consider her a friend and a mentor. She always answers my calls when I'm panicking and I don't know what I'm gonna do next. She's always there to encourage me and to push me forward, so I thank her for that. We love her dearly for her continued courage and strength in the fight for social and economic justice. Please welcome our dear friend, Ms. Cleola Brown.
My mother would tell me that after an introduction like that, just say thank you and sit down, right? Well, I'm going to do close to that for sure, but not before I acknowledge this man right here, Jerry Owens. Yeah. Jerry came to us and said, we have to have something in place that not just us and the family will see, love, and take good care of. The nation needs to know who Asa Philip Randolph was and why his presence is still felt. And he talked to me as if I was going to say no. First of all, he's bigger than me. Second of all, I'm scared of him sometimes. But third of all, he has never come with anything that was not of significance. And if you know Jerry Owens, you know that if he has something in his mind and in his heart and in his head, he's not going to let you go nowhere until it is absolutely implemented, correct? Y'all know Jerry Owens. And as things began to happen over the years, everybody kept saying, well, that'll never happen. Certainly won't happen in Newark and blah, 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 blah. He just stood there and he would smile. And that smile always says, I can show you better than I can tell you. Jerry Randolph was fond of always saying that freedom is never given, it is won. You won this thing, brother. You won this thing. Lord knows you did. Lord knows you did. And the kind of acknowledgement that has come from all of the friends, all of the family, that put in the time and the work to make you know that it was a full struggle, that's family and friends. And see, I know if I look at him, I'm going to cry just like he crying right now, and I can't do that. I don't do that cute cry. It's ugly. The nose run, the eyes get weak, and everything else get toe up, and I took too long to get ready this morning, all right? But when I look at Rodney, and that's your work right there, you have come to a place where all of your dreams has been deposited right here. And when we see him doing what he's doing, I sit like a proud old grandma, just going, go ahead, Rodney. Go ahead, Rodney. And you have that legacy to bring forward. You got your Uncle Herbert right there, who's that backup. And he'll grease up and fight in a minute, you know that. And that kind of willingness to put forth all that you believe in and all that you dream until it becomes a reality, that is something that's not too common these days. So we salute your integrity and your tenacity in bringing forth Asa Philip Randolph in a manner that, I know he's grinning, that's where that breeze comes from every now and then, y'all. You get hot, here comes a breeze, and that's Randolph telling you, go ahead, loving it and feeling it. And that's what we know is happening right now. When I look at the ILA brothers who are out here, Lord have mercy. Dennis Daggett is always to the backside talking about let's do something and bring somebody younger to sit in that seat. Dennis, please raise your hand so that they can see that you are here. Harold may not be here, but Dennis is always here. There are brothers down the line that we could call each of their names, but I will just say to the ILA family who makes stuff happen, they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. And every time Randolph Institute and the leaders from the union come forward, we can count on the ILA being there. That's because you've earned that through your service to them, Jerry. Freedom nor gifts are given, they are won. You have won that from them. But to all of you who are standing here in this celebration, I say to you, you make us all feel so very proud. Mr. Randolph had a wife named Lucille. The accolades go to him. But as they say, many chickens have been killed, or how you say it, let's see, many fish have been fried and chickens have died in the world and name of organization. Lucille was the one that was frying hair because she was a hairdresser, serving dinners because that was a part of what she did through the church, talking to the sisters to create the auxiliary to help those sleeping car porter families when their husbands and brothers and everybody else had to go out for weeks, not days, to take care of their business. So to Sister Lucille, we say to you, thank you for standing by your man, sister. And thank you for allowing him to do those things that he has done for the nation. This day, I am so very proud to stand here as the first female president of the A. Philip Randolph Institute. But I also say to you, I ain't gonna be the last one either, because you have to bring somebody along. So Rodney, Jerry, Herbert, all of you, including you, my sir, have made this a very special day for the organization. And you're the mayor, correct? I saw you come up here like you own the whole daggone city. To all of you who gave homage, as well as respect and dignity to the process, we say thank you for recognizing our leader, both present and past, and making this huge piece happen. I'm gonna smile all the way back in the car as I go back to the District of Confusion and to talk about what Newark, New Jersey has done. Newark, New Jersey has done. Newark, New Jersey has done. I can't wait to see your work, Brother Sterling. So very proud of you. Thank you all very much for including us in the ceremony. Thank you so very much.
Stay up.
Stay here? Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
He's in charge.
Come on up.
Come on, Jerry.
Get on up.
Come on, Jerry.
Before we unveil the statue, I just wanted to pay recognition to Sigmas over there.
Randolph fraternity.
A. Philip Randolph was a Sigma, so we invited them to come, and they showed up, and they showing out, as you can see. Thank you, brothers, for being here. Our member, Herbie Hall Jr., who's standing over there with the shades, he's a Sigma as well, so he helped make this happen. So now, without further ado, it's that time.
Board member Richard Womack.
Board Richard Moback, please join us. Richard's another gentleman that's been instrumental in the fight. So we're going to unveil one at a time. We're going to start with the release first. I'm doing something wrong. Help me out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be beginning unveiling in a second. Cut the power.
Hello. I'd like to acknowledge some other people here. The Cape May, the Harriet Tubman Museum at Cape May. Cynthia Mullet, come up front. You can say something about the museum.
Oh, thank you so much. We are so proud of Sterling Brown and all of the incredible work he does, commemorating not just A. Philip Randolph, but so many other civil rights icons that he has commemorated as well. And I heard earlier, the most important thing is sharing our history. That's what we do at the museum. We're officially the Harriet Tubman Museum of New Jersey. We look to represent 21 counties in that. But I hope you can all visit us down in Cape May. Thank you. Congratulations, Sterling.
Thank you. The other person is another artist here I'd like to acknowledge. He won the Harriet Tubman statue for Philadelphia. Alvin, come up. He's doing the Harriet Tubman statue in front of Philadelphia. He won the competition. He's been all over the news. He's my studio mate. Our studios are right next to each other. Got to acknowledge you, man. You want to say a little something?
Congratulations, man. Appreciate
Thanks,
it. This is kind of unexpected. I don't have anything prepared, but I congratulate Sterling. Sterling and I, like he just said, we share a studio next. Well, we don't share a studio, but we're neighbors. His studio's right next to mine over in Jersey City at Manor Contemporary.
Tell him about the Harriet Tubman, how big the statue's going to be.
Oh yes, Harriet Tubman's coming to Philadelphia, right in front of City Hall. It's going to be an 11-foot tall statue on top of a 3-foot pedestal, for about 14 feet altogether. So that should be unveiled in sometime around 2025. So I'll keep everyone posted, or follow Sterling, and we and him share information back and forth all the time. But this is a pleasure to be here, and it's just a wonderful opportunity to just watch all this. Thank you.
Got it. And, oh, yeah, the person who did the words for this is Deb Carter. Come here, Deb. She penned these wonderful words. She was a little nervous because she said, I have to get this right because they're literally written in stone. Exactly. But I want to thank her, but here's the unveiling.
We need you guys to look at more.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Are you good? All right. Drew's gonna give the count.
I'll have a count of 3, okay? We're all good? 1, 2, 3.